Champagne on my tongue, silk on my skin undone. You lean in, say my name like a secret, like a sin. Coconut glow on your collarbone, salt on your lips, I taste home. You say right, let the night decide. I slide in the passenger side. Yeah. Champagne and silk on my lips, dripping slow from every kiss. Power in the sway of my hips. I'm a king, I'm a queen in the mist. Ocean breeze all over this ride, sweet like nectar when we collide. Champagne and silk on my lips, watch the whole downtown submit. Yeah, I'm that night rider, low-key lavish. You gold teeth grin, bad habits. You that eyelid, spell sweet static. Turn a calm heart problematic. Tongue like a passport stamp, every word leave a mark on your back. You pour that fizz on the curve of my neck, I call that liquid respect. You taste like summer in a slow pour. I sip, confidence dripping to the towel floor. We lit. Every baby in your baritone, got my high heels clicking like a metronome. Champagne and silk on my lips, dripping slow from every kiss. Power in the sway of my hips. I'm a king, I'm a queen in the mid. Yeah. Ocean breeze all over this ride, sweet like nectar when we collide. Champagne and silk on my lips, watch the whole damn pound submit. 3. Yeah, we on. Pop a cork, set the scene. Gold glass, big dreams. Little hood, still pristine. Laugh lines where lipstick sheen. Secrets fizz when we sit down. High heels, low-key crown. Spill tea, still hold it down. Toast up, level up now. Champagne secret, sip, save it, spill it. Grown and sexy, talk that talk, but we are when we feel it. Champagne and power, glow in the midnight hour. Little hood, whole lot of class, we gon' cry and laugh louder.
Slow pour, let it rise. Real talk, no disguise. Bad days, but we still thrive. Soft heart, hard-earned pride. I'm enough. Big bag, big piece too. Pray first, then make move. I'm blessed. Self-love in every view. Hit play, it's a new you. I'm chosen.
Champagne secret, sip, save it, spill it. Grown and sexy, talk that talk, but we are when we feel it. I'm healed. Champagne and power, glow in the midnight hour. Little hood, whole lot of class, we gon' cry and laugh louder. Picking down, new ride. Deep breath, slow sound, champagne. Secrets out now, I'm ready. Picking down, new ride. Perfecto, now champagne. Secrets out now, I'm ready.
Hey girl,
Hey girl,
what you doing?
nothing much.
Get dressed.
For why?
Because we're going to the city. I need a little sip, savor, and spiel.
Let's toast.
What you got going on tonight?
Can't call it. Owning the night. What you getting into?
Empress down in the city tonight. I'm feeling like champagne.
Let's toast.
The content you are about to indulge in may contain high levels of truth, sarcasm, and emotional damage. Viewer discretion is advised, but honestly, you clicked, so here we are.
Side effects of watching may include sudden clarity about your life choices, uncontrollable laughter at inappropriate moments, mild to severe eye rolling at ignorant comments in the chat, increased confidence, boldness, and I said what I said energy, or getting read like a hardcover novel with highlighted notes. Your bad take being turned into tonight's entertainment. A free personality evaluation you didn't ask for, but clearly needed, and temporary embarrassment followed by permanent self-reflection, optional, but recommended. Do not consume if you are allergic to accountability, growth, hearing the truth without sugarcoating. If symptoms of being triggered persist, log off, hydrate, and try again tomorrow. By continuing to watch, you agree that your feelings may or may not be spared, and that's between you and your Wi-Fi.
Management will not be issuing apologies, refunds, or emotional support for bruised ego.
We do not argue here. We educate, escalate, and occasionally decorate the situation with a little razzle-dazzle, respectfully.
Stay classy, stay sassy, and remember, if it don't apply, let it fly.
Either way, the glass stay full and the tea stay hot. You either handle it or get handled. Can you handle it? Let's toast.
Silk on my skin.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! Everybody strap in! I'm about to open some fucking windows.
How is he gay for liking this? How can all the women who say that men who are attracted to trans women are gay, how?
It's the dick, old big applehead ass boy. It's the dick, sir. You're not gonna skim past dick, you're not gonna hopscotch past it. Straight men find dick cumbersome. We don't like it. We don't want a sword fight. So if you're a man seeking out dick, that means you gay. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Suck your dicks, do your thing. But let's just be honest about it. I don't give a damn how much makeup you put on, how long your weave is, how much titties you get injected on your ass. If the dick is still there or the pocket spot where the dick used to be, and there's an oil stain there to let me know that dick has been here. That's still gay. Let me tell you something, partner. If Holly Berry grew a dick on Saturday, the dudes who line up to fuck her on Sunday, gay! Ain't nothing wrong with that. Remember, suck your dicks and do your thing. Live long and prosper on Penis Place, Alley, Ballberg, wherever y'all be at.
I think fish can see water.
That's a good one.
Bro. Because, hold on. Because, you know, fish breathe water. Now we breathe air. They breathe water. Like, you know how, like, underwater we can't breathe? Fish can't breathe.
So it's
out of
opposite.
Water. So that's a very solid question.
Wow, hello.
Do they see? Because we can't see air.
But can a fish see air?
Oh, shit! Hold on, B-Lou.
Hold on. Hold on, Zeke, because think about it. We can see that shit.
Because we can't
breathe it. But can a fish come out of water and see air?
Because they can't.
Mosquitoes need blood to make babies, and the blood has our DNA. Then doesn't everybody have babies with mosquitoes?
But don't mosquitoes got their own blood?
Nah, they take your blood.
What they do with it?
Use it to make babies.
For real?
That's what they just said.
So we got mosquito kids?
Yeah, ain't take care
Zeke,
of
what?
Ain't no telling how many I got.
Do I got a mosquito kid? Cause I done got bit by a few of them motherfuckers. I ain't gonna lie.
Biting and sucking up
For reproduction.
Reproduction.
Have
Since the blood is good source of protein, iron, and amino acids, female mosquitoes drink it to grow their eggs. Male mosquitoes do not bite; they only eat flower nectar. So we getting bit by bitches. Mosquito bitches.
Blood, that's blood.
So hold on, they've been attracted to me this whole time.
The bitches have since he was a little.
They using yo. No, that's a good point. We have a mosquito babies, B. Lou.
Bro, what? No. This is. Hold on, bro. Where's my kids?
They probably dead.
That's crazy.
No, I ain't gonna lie. That's
wait.
crazy. They gotta eat off of us.
Yeah.
So we like.
The DNA
chicken.
is in the mosquito.
We the pawpaws. We the pawpaw.
We the DNA of the mosquito. I'm thinking of it like, you know how we need like water to make our nut? No, seriously. So they need us to make their nut.
But she's already pregnant.
She already pregnant.
So hold on, what is she doing then?
Look.
She using the blood to like feed the baby.
To feed it.
Oh, so we got, okay.
So we feed the babies.
So we the food.
So we life givers.
We give life. I'm never gonna kill a mosquito again. I didn't know you were pregnant. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I done killed so many mosquitoes, bro.
And that blood we splatting be they babies.
And she just trying to feed her baby, B-Lou.
I'm so sorry.
You are respecting the motherfuckers. They just trying to feed
Let
their
him
baby.
live. Let him. Bro, I did not know that. I apologize. See, oh my God.
That's
See,
crazy.
I feel so bad.
Listen, I'm convinced if you ain't never had conversations like this, clearly you smoking the wrong thing and you need to stop. Abort mission, change product or something, go with Eric. Because if you haven't partaken of the greenery and immediately thought of some stuff that you've never thought of before and it made sense, and guess what? It makes sense to everybody taking part of the same greenery, you got the wrong product. Go to Vegas, go to LA, try something else. Because what you using is wrong. It's grass at this point. Champagne gang, y'all come on in because we got a show for y'all. Welcome to our Jokers Wild. Next up, before we get into our main show, because y'all see what the cover is, we gonna get into some writing and some authorism and some creativity and some imagination on today. Y'all filling up y'all glass? While y'all do that, let's get into part 2 of our Jokers Wild, because why was I perusing the streets of TikTok and I happened upon a story that let me just allow you to see it for yourself and drop in the comments and let me know what you think.
What's that? Oh, a 5,300-year-old mummy was found frozen in the Alps. But of course, what do we do when we find a 5,300-year-old mummy frozen in the Alps other than use yeast from it to make bread? What? Let me explain. Tell me more! Yeah, this is getting wild out there because people found a 5,300-year-old mummy. It's frozen in the Alps. They start looking into this thing. They slice it open and they find yeast inside of it. But of course, when you find yeast in a 5,300-year-old mummy, what do you do with it? You bake sourdough bread. And that's exactly what they did. But they didn't eat it though, right? Wrong. They actually, yes, they ate it.
Because why is it pencil, but there's no pen in it? And it don't quite seal anything. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Don't ask me why that question just came to my head. Just go with the flow, okay?
And they said it was very good. But of course, they don't want to stop just at baking bread with this yeast. Now what they're looking at doing is brewing certain beer with this yeast. Zombie apocalypse much? I'm gonna need a bunker soon. Okay then.
Well, breaking fuck the news. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Do you guys know that scientists in Italy just used a 5,000-plus-year-old mummy? They used the yeast from this mummy's stomach that they found at the Italian-Austria border. They used the yeast from its stomach to make sourdough bread. I fuck with you not. I fuck with you not. I even had to go look up the 2 scientists who did this shit, and I was appalled. Displeased, upset even. Why? I sat here and I thought to myself, there's 100 different reasons why, what the fuck, and why the fuck, and who the fuck, and what possessed. What was the, like, what did you, like, you discovered yeast in this corpse's stomach, and you said, you know what? Bet you we can make bread. Why?
Trump said bleach for COVID. I mean, it kind of fits, doesn't it? I mean, this sounds really MAGA-itish to me, is all I'm saying. Because who looked at a mummy and said, at this point, fire the food. I trust nothing anymore. Y'all listen. I don't care what I eat. The food don't taste right. It doesn't sit right on my stomach. The only thing I can eat that sits right on my stomach, I cannot make it up, is Chick-fil-A chicken salad. That's it. But here's the problem with that. Chicken is no longer filling. I can't even make it up. I can eat chicken. I don't care if it's a 2-piece, a chicken salad, anything. Because I'm like getting to a place the older I get where I don't really crave red meat like that anymore. It's really chicken and seafood. Really all I crave. But when I eat chicken, I'm still starving no matter how much I eat. Something is wrong with the food. All the Brits are all excited about tasting American food. And I'm sitting at home like, yeah, who gonna tell them? Baby, we don't even know what you eating for real. Tastes good, but we don't even know what it is. I got a burger the other day. Burger that I love, like messy. You know, just extra mayo, mustard, pickle. 3 bites in, and my stomach was like, take one more bite if you want to. And I wasn't sick. There was nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with the food. Now I don't trust anything. Because what do you mean you woke up, looked at a mummy and said, yeah, I know what to do with that. And who is the taste tester for this is all I want to know. And beer is next. Yeah, some of y'all might want to sober up. I switched to champagne. As long as champagne ain't on the list, switch to champagne. If champagne hit the list, we're switching to something else. What do you mean you just woke up and decided, yep, yeast, why not make sourdough bread? Of course it would be a little sour. I mean, it's a 5,000-year-old mummy. And this is what the scientists are doing with your taxpayer dollars and their time. Yeah, mummy, I know what we should do. We should make bread. That would be one for the science books.
Why? Could you imagine you're rested in peace for 5,000 years? Well, I don't know when they discovered you. Let's just give or take 3,000 years. And then all of a sudden you get exhumed from your lovely tomb, where they then proceed to use your stomach entrails to make bread. And I promise you, they could say they didn't eat that shit all they want. I promise you somebody tasted it. What the fuck?
You're gonna think I'm lying, but I'm not, because this is really just... Scientists just said that they successfully made sourdough bread using yeast they found inside of a 5,300-year-old mummy. Did you hear what I just said? They made sourdough bread out of yeast they found inside of a 5,300-year-old mummy. Researchers studying a frozen mummy known as Otzi. He's been frozen for 5,300 years, known as Otzi the Iceman. And so they discovered yeast living inside of him and around him. Ancient yeast, they say this. That's what they call it, ancient yeast. And they wanted to go ahead and make some sourdough bread out of it. See what it do. And they ate it.
Who approved this experiment is what I want to know. Even when we were in high school and we had science fairs, there was a limit on what you could do. Who listened to these scientists that said, yeah, we have a bright idea for today? We're gonna spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on extracting the stomach entrails from this 5,000-year-old mummy because I was asleep last night and I saw the mummy and I saw bread, and somehow in my head I said, sour dough, let's go. And somehow the leader of this beautiful clan stood up and said, we should go for it. Like, that's going to progress us into the future. I understand that they are saying there is a shortage of food, but I be damned. Get it? I understand they are saying the cows are sparse, the chickens are sparse. That's why the food is going through the roof. I get it. We got to find something else because the deceased is not an option. This, in fact, makes you a cannibal. So is this where we're headed now? Sometimes y'all be trying to figure out where the serial killers be at. I think we found clue number 1, because there's got to be something wrong. Mentally, emotionally, and all of the above, to make you wake up and say, mummy bread. Literally.
This mummy died more than 5,000 years ago before the Egyptian pyramids were even built. Think about that. You want to cook up what he's got inside of his stomach? Are we okay? Researchers found tons of strains of cold-loving yeast that has been sitting there for thousands of years.
Guys, did you see this article from People magazine where they are making sourdough out of a 5,000-year-old mummy? What? Yeah. This mummy is 5,300 years old. I guess he was actually found in 1991 and apparently was, an Iceman. And they are taking the microorganisms and they made sourdough, and it is very, very good. They plan on using his microorganisms to make beer because of the yeast content in the microorganisms. Science is fucking weird, man. Science is weird, but a 5,000-year-old sourdough, I cannot even imagine.
Here's my thing, right? What's the end game to this? Okay, you've accomplished a feat. You done took the dead and created bread, right? You've accomplished something along the line in small print that they probably ain't gonna never tell us how this factors into this dispensation of time we currently live in. What's the end game here? You made bread, and because the story has to end. Y'all listen, I keep telling y'all we gonna have to come together and do a panel to discuss From, because at this point I'm starting to think we are living in From. And I told y'all already, I started the season over at episode 1, and now I'm about to start over again, because now I'm starting to think that From may be secretly trying to tell us some real stuff about what's going on right now. Said what I said, I'll go with your mama, not me. I'm going to have to start all the way over, because I feel like this is part of some unfinished story and we're waiting for the conclusion. Because bread, why? And then beer, why? And if you did it with this mummy, are we now digging up? Are we going to now change what the definition of cannibalism is now that we're using deceased things to make bread? I guess now it's only cannibalism if you start consuming before they're deceased.
I feel like mine dies all the time. How did it continuously get fed? That is my question. I have so many questions because you have to feed this motherfucker like all the time. It is a very meticulous type of thing to do, and they're making sourdough out of a 5,000-year-old mummy. I don't understand.
Scientists have just made bread from this 5,300-year-old mummy. Meet Otzi the Iceman, whose mummified remains were found in a melting glacier between Austria and Italy.
Look at that lovely face. I just want to know which scientist looked at this and said, lights on. They're never going to believe this one. Just wait till I get in the room and tell them the idea I had today. And everybody in the room start clapping. Yeah, the public is going to be amazed. They're going to be so thrilled when they hear about this one. Bread from the mummy. Who eating it? Who's signing up? Y'all remember in the beginning when I started my channel, I told y'all we still got to do a show called on Can You Be Bought? Because we seem to be living in a day and age where everyone seems to be able to be bought. Yeah. How much? Is there a number that they could walk up to you and say, I would give you whatever you ask for, but you got to eat this loaf of bread? Do you have a number?
1991. Scientists already know that he lived during the Copper Age and died a grisly death after being shot in the back with an arrow. Now they found something still alive on him: yeast. Yep, researchers found cold-loving yeast on his skin and inside his stomach, and instead of chucking it away, they decided to make sourdough with it. That might not sound too appetizing, but the scientists say it's really good. Even weirder, the researchers say the yeast could be used to make beer in the future. So who knows, your next IPA could be an Otzi one.
Mummy bread. Scientists have made sourdough bread out of the yeast they found in the gut of a 5,000-year-old mummy. My first question after reading the article last night was, why? Just because we can science does not mean that we should science. Okay, my second question was, why did they choose sourdough instead of beer? Maybe because sourdough is trending now? I don't know. Are they gonna market it? Maybe. They might. Afterlife artisan. That's what I would call it. They might have, some conflict with ancient grains because I think that's already a thing. This is taking that a little bit too far in my mind. But when parents serve it to their kid, they can be like, Johnny, come get your tomb toast. That might make them eat it. Move over farm to table. We've got tomb to table now, and that sounds way better. But the one thing that really upsets me about this, is the fact that my neurodivergent brain cannot stop thinking about whether or not the forbidden starter was used to make my sourdough bread, even though I know it wasn't. But what if it was? Sourdough toast with butter and honey has been one of my safe foods for the last 6 weeks. Last night I went to take a bite and it was particularly crunchy and I couldn't do it. My teeth got itchy. So now I gotta find another safe food. Oranges are weird right now. Now I can't eat Crypt crust. I can't do it because where did it come from? This is not good. I'm gonna waste away.
You drop in the comments and let me know what you think about all this foolishness. What do you think about the sourdough bread? And now that you know, are you going to continue to eat sourdough? Do you trust that the sour in the dough is the sour that's supposed to be in the dough? Or do you think, our lovely government and scientists are playing with the food again? And that was just step one. I feel like, we are so headed toward a zombie apocalypse. A zombie apocalypse mixed with dinosaurs, clearly. Because, the last article I checked out, they found a bug in sap and they think they can recreate the dinosaurs. Wouldn't that be wonderful? We've accomplished sourdough from a mummy. I guess dinosaurs are only right to be next, right? Drop in the comments and let me know what you think about this. And let's get ready to get into our main show. But y'all already know we got to get into our positivity and affirmations first. So you ready? Make sure you have those glasses. Let's go.
He's speaking cold fire in his throat, low like a storm under that coat. She move like smoke, soft but she sting, calling him closer, pulling the string. Come here, I'm the type pulling back.
Champagne gang, Fizz fam, confidants, and visitors to the Champagne City. Baby, welcome in. Come on in. Grab your things, your tings, your rings, your wings, your medication, if you know what I mean. Make sure you're nice and comfy. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm the Empress, and you are joining me for grown discussions and bubbly banter. Baby, over here, we give classy with a twist, huh? A little clink with chaos with a side of charm. So if you're ready to sip, savor, and spill, please make sure you have your glass of your favorite bubbly. I don't care if it's sparkling water. You know we are thinkers and drinkers over here. Make sure you're nice and comfy. Fellas, your PJs. Ladies, your jammy jams. Kick your feet up in one of those Chase lounges. Say hi to a few people in the chat, because we friendly over here. And if you ain't in the chat, you just chilling in the background, look to your left, look to your right, smile, say, hey, how you doing? And if ain't nobody there, baby, just look at the screen and take that glass, raise it high in the air, because it's time for us to get positive. Today we're talking about keep the receipts. Today, I don't want you to focus on what hasn't happened yet. I want you to remember what already has. Because sometimes we get so locked in on the next blessing that we forget all miracles that got us here. We forget the doors that opened, the storms that passed, the bills that got paid, the opportunities that appeared. The strength that showed up right when you thought you had nothing left to give. Keep the receipts. Not for revenge, not to prove people wrong, for perspective. Because every challenge you've overcome left evidence behind. Evidence that you're stronger than you think. Evidence that you've survived things you once thought would break you. Evidence that you've already done hard things. Keep the receipts. The enemy of confidence isn't always fear. Sometimes it's forgetfulness. You forgot how many times you bounced back. You forgot how many obstacles you've already cleared. You forgot how many prayers have already been answered. Go back and look. The proof is everywhere. You're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. You're starting from wisdom. You're starting from lessons that cost too much to waste. Now repeat after me. I remember how far I've come. I honor every victory, big and small. I trust the strength that has carried me this far. I move forward with confidence and expectation. And today, I refuse to act like I have no history with overcoming. I keep the receipts, and every one of them reminds me that I've been making impossible things look possible for a very long time. And if you feel that deep down on the inside, lift that glass in the air. Let's toast. And if you came in my beautiful city with your heart set on hell and your intention set on foolishness, please allow me to be the first to let you know. In the Champagne City, baby, we don't do no trolls. Troll busters on patrol.
Yeah. Whole squad on patrol. Where they at? Point them out that troll. Troll busters on patrol. Hey, hey, hey. Troll busters on patrol. Troll patrol. Clamp down, shut them out. Told that troll. Click clack, log 'em out for that troll. Whole chat chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Trollers is on patrol, troll patrol. Yeah, big boots, stomp 'em out, roll that troll. Roll it. Cap lock, drag 'em out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls. You type to lil' mole that troll. Live in my crib, lil' bowl cut troll. Grease on your keys, lil' old stain troll. Bridge so hot, screen cold from the troll. You a bridge bottom, did water troll. Wi-Fi weak, one bar in your soul. Profile pic, just an egg on a pole. Whole existence on whole set troll. Same fake pages, same lame troll. Catfish filter, can't say that troll. Talk big game, but you fold like a scroll. We just laugh, hit mute on the troll. Troll buzzers on patrol, troll patrol. Clamp down, shut 'em out, told that troll. Play click clack, log 'em out, fold that troll. Whole chat, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Troll buzzers on patrol, troll patrol. Big boots, stomp 'em out, roll that troll. Cap lock, drag 'em out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls. You a damn rock, mouse grown troll. Lil' dust might off brand troll. Fry oil hair, lil' egg roll troll. Keyboard chrome, snap pad troll. You a bad seat, no roll troll. Big talk, zero gold troll. DM tough in the street, so cold. See this live, now your spine made a jello troll. You a trash bag, half torn troll. We a whole squad, patrol that scroll. On the fly swatter, you the mad ass troll. She the boot heel, flatten that troll. Go home, go home, troll. Whole room, yeah, log off troll. Log off. Go home, troll. Whole room, yeah, grab troll. Troll busters is on patrol, troll patrol. Slam down, shut 'em out, told that troll. Click clack, log 'em off, fold that troll. Whole chat, chanting now, roast that troll. Roast that troll. Troll busters on patrol, troll patrol. Yo, big boots, stomp 'em out, roll that troll. Cap lock, drag 'em out, scroll that troll. Crowd yell loud, we control these trolls. We control these trolls.
Champagne and silk on my lips, dripping slow from every kiss. Power in the sway of my hips. I'm a king, I'm a queen in the mix. Ocean breeze all over this ride, sweet like nectar when we collide. Champagne and silk on my lips. Watch the whole damn pound submit. Sweet like nectar. Now you gotta come closer. Champagne and silk. Champagne and silk, drip off my tongue, gold on my wrists, moon on my lungs. You lean in close, soft on your skin. I taste the wrist, then dive right in. Oh yeah. Champagne and silk, I'm in power when I sip. Every word I say now, honey on my lip. Cruising through the city like a shadow in the mist. Night rider on the town, every move a gift. Champagne and silk, let it slide, let it drip. Voice like a dagger and a kiss ain't tip. Taste of my freedom when you feel this grit. Night rider on the town, champagne on my lip. Champagne on my lip. Yeah, he's speaking cold, fire in his throat. Low like a storm under that coat. She move like smoke, soft but she sting. Calling him closer, pulling the string. Come here, I'm the type pulling back, then I crash on you. You the spark in my glass when it catches blue. We two ghosts in the back of a tinted view. don't speak. Champagne and silk, I'm empowered when I sip. Every word I say now, honey on my lip. Cruising through the city like a shadow in the mist. Night rider on the town, every move a gift. Champagne and silk, let it slide, let it drip. Voice like a dagger and a kiss, same tip. Taste of my freedom when you feel this grip. Night rider on the town, champagne on my lip. Champagne and silk, drip off my tongue, gold on my wrist, moon on my lungs. You lean in close, soft on your skin. I taste the risk, then dive right in. Oh yeah. Champagne and silk, I'm empowered when I sip. Every word I say now, honey on my lip. Cruising through the city like a shadow in the mist. Night rider on the town, every move a gift. Champagne and silk, let it slide, let it drip. Voice like a dagger and a kiss, same tip. Taste of my freedom when you feel this grip. Night rider on the town, champagne on my lip. He's speaking cold, fire in his throat, low like a stone. Under that coat, she move like smoke, soft but she stink. Calling him closer, pulling the string. Come here, I'm the tide pulling back, then I crash on you. You the spark in my glass when it catches blue. We two bros in the back of a tinted view. On this night like the stars only shine for two. Don't speak. Champagne and silk, I'm empowered when I sip. Every word I say now, honey on my lip. Cruising through the city like a shadow in the mist. Night rider on the town, every move a gift. Champagne and silk, let it slide, let it drip. Voice like a dagger and a kiss, same tip. Taste of my freedom when you feel this grip. Night rider on the town, champagne on my lip. Sit that. Champagne on my tongue, silk on my skin, undone. You lean in, say my name like a secret, like a sin. Coconut blow on your collarbone, salt on your lips, I taste home. You say
Testing, 1, 2. Can you guys hear me now? I am so sorry. Yeah, I am talking and talking away. And all of a sudden I look down and see, if you're speaking, Empress, we don't hear you. What? After this whole wonderful intro... Okay, let me start over. Welcome to the Champagne City. Come on in, grab your things. Let me introduce you guys to where we are, okay? We are in a realm that I call the imagination, right? Not the imagination as in the place within your mind where creativity is built. No, this is the imagine nation. This is the nation of creatives and creators who are learning to dream, who are learning to create, and who are learning to imagine. This is an area that I have created within the Champagne City, and it is known as the School of Storyweavers. When we step into the School of Storyweavers, you're no longer the Champagne Gang, even though you still are, but you are now Storyweavers because we are learning how to weave stories together. Now listen, if you stick with me for the next 60 days, if you have an idea in your head, we are going to get that idea from in your head to in paper and ready to be published. Promise you, if you stick with me. I need you to go get a piece of paper, a notebook, a pen. This is, y'all see, look, this ain't in members only. You can comment. This ain't subscribers only. Look, this is being given for free. All I'm asking you to do is subscribe. Look, I can even throw the Cash App on the screen. If you want to throw a little something on the way, do that. All this is being created for you. I have a lot of Champagne gang that I have been talking to over the last few months who have been saying over and over again they want to write a book, don't know where to start, but they have an idea. It's not going to matter whether you want to do fiction or nonfiction. I guarantee you, if you scoot up, grab your things, focus in, we are going to get your book out and you're going to do it yourself. I have 3 books. All 3 of my books are self-published. I forgot to do the screenshots. We'll get to them one of these weeks. Every week, we are going to be discussing this. We are going to have homework assignments that y'all need to do. And it is going to begin this Wednesday. Today is going to be our prequel, but it is going to begin this Wednesday. So make sure you grab your things. I am here to pique your imagination. You know, the one thing that I have learned, what you feed the most is what's going to reign the most. A lot of times we have ideas, we have dreams, we have desires, but do you know what the problem is? The problem is we are so surrounded and wrapped in toxicity that we can never get the dream out. And the other thing that our dream bounces up against, it bounces up against the know-how. When we don't know how to do a thing, we run away from it and we take it and put it on the shelf. And that's how the dream gets deferred, because you've not turned away from it, but you don't know how to bring it to fruition. So what we're going to do is show you how to bring it to fruition. And guess what? Because I am how should I say this? I'm not going to talk about it. I'm a be about it type chick. I'm doing the process with you. How about that? Yeah, she different. For real, for real. I'm doing the process with you to show you that I'm not playing with you. Watch this. This is a book I have been working on. Now, I started my process different. Now, I'm going to let you know, and we're going to go through this because everyone writes different. Your creative flow is going to be different. It's not going to be like mine. Mine is not going to be like yours, but you're going to understand the steps in order to be able to unlock your creativity. Let me help you understand something. When you're trying to tap into a creative flow, how does she know what she's talking about? Oh, okay, let me run it for you. I have 3 books that are self-published. I am an ultimate creator. I draw, pencil, graphite, watercolor paint, acrylic paint, on canvas, through sketch drawing on my own, and also overlay drawing and painting something else. I'm also a graphic designer. I do business cards, I do flyers, everything that you see created in the Champagne City, including all of the graphics that you are going to see today and that's on your screen right now, are created by me. Therefore, I know what I'm talking about just a little bit. Just a little bit. So that's why I want you to scoot up, because we're going to do this together. I have had this book in my head, and I actually started it, when I say years ago, and I put it on the shelf. Don't know why I lost interest, but I did. The reason we're doing this together is because it's easy to stay interested when you got someone else pushing you to stay interested. Get it? So I want everyone to stay interested in what your dream is. So my book is going to be called The Test. Let me explain something to you. Let me see it anywhere else. Let me pause for a second. And the reason I'm saying this is when I got ready to YouTube has a feature now when you upload videos. I don't know if you guys have been seeing the videos that's been uploading, but I've been taking our affirmations and I've been uploading them on their own as like morning affirmations, right? And I was getting ready to upload a video and do a collaboration with Champagne Secrets Reacts, which is my other channel. And when I did it, all of a sudden, I see about 10 different champagne secrets. And I said, interesting. So then I go click and I realize none of these channel names are actually champagne secrets. However, what they have done is taken the channel name in different spellings and put it in their SEO so that when you search for Champagne Secrets, their channels come up if you don't know how to spell it correctly. And when I looked at it, I said, oh, interesting. I'm not going to report it. I'm not, hey, whatever floats your boat. But my book, let me tell you something. Let me see the name show up anywhere else. Anywhere. It's a problem. A whole problem. You gotta see me is all I'm saying. We gotta go 30. For real, for real. Because I'm giving y'all the game for real. Don't play with me while I'm giving it to you for free. Get it? I can help you come up with a theme if that's what you need. Hit me in the Gmail. We can talk about it. I promise you we can. Let's continue though. So we're going to do this process together. As I'm telling you to work on your books or your work of art, I'm also going to be working on mine, and I'm going to be giving you pieces of mine so that I can show you where I am, okay? Let's get ready to go. Storyweavers, I need you to think of your pen. I need you to think of your tablet, your computer as your velvet quill. This is your magician's wand. This is where your magic, your fingertips, if you're using the computer, have now been activated. Get it? Have now been activated within our school of Storyweavers, right? Your imagination, I need you to take right now all negativity. I don't care what has happened throughout the day. Anytime you get ready to be creative, something is going to try to distract you from being creative. Do you know why? Because once you learn to unlock the power of your imagination, and once you realize that you have the power to change your own emotions and your feelings just by creating it in your mind, the distractions will no longer matter. Get it? So now your fingertips have been transformed into the velvet quill. This is your wand, your voice. This is your tool to make your stories and your ideas come to life. Your imagination, your creativity, your characters, the conflict that they have, the resolution, the legacy. Do you know one thing that you'll realize a lot of times in writing? You'll start seeing a lot of you in your story. Do you know why writing is good, especially when you're unlocking the imagination? Because this can become your personal journal, even in fiction form. No one has to know that you're pouring yourself out into your characters. Get it? No one has to know. No one has to know that your fictional story is really about you, because you can really take you and split it into 20 different characters, and they're all a piece of you, and no one knows but you. But guess what? You got it out, and it's no longer inside. We've got to learn how to get it out. Get it? Let's continue. I want you to think about Willy Wonka, right? We ain't gonna think about the Mandela effect right now, because don't piss me off. We not gonna argue about whether or not it was a damn moon pie or whether it was a chocolate bar, because in my reality, I remember a chocolate bar. Now I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again, so don't do too much, because they arguing on TikTok as to whether or not it was a moon pie or a chocolate bar, and it's stressing me out, okay? But I need you to remember the song, right? Right? Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination, right? I need you to step into your imagination. Close your eyes for 1 second. Let me show you something. Let me show you the problem with why you cannot create right now. Let me show you. Close your eyes. Close your doggone eyes. You heard what I said. Ain't nobody gonna beat you up and fight you. Look, everybody welcome here. Look, come on in. Come on in. This world ain't just for, look, cream team, caramel macchiato team, mocha team, hazelnut team, whatever your flavor. Baby, you welcome in the Champagne City. Grab one of them glasses, come on in, take a seat, say hi, be nice, because don't make me get you together. We not going to do that, okay? Close your eyes. The minute you closed your eyes, what happened? Open your eyes. Your bills, your kids, the argument you had right before you clicked on this video, your man pissed you off, your girl just went through your phone. Probably a plethora of all of them together. Do you know why? Because we don't know how to detox and clear our mind of all toxicity so that we can make way for creativity. That doesn't matter what level of creativity it is. You know, when I was talking about the level of drawing and stuff that I do, you know what other things that I do? I create jewelry. When I tell you I am a creator, I am a creator. I make candles. I make bath bombs. If I see it in my head and I want to create it, I'm going to go learn how to create it. That's just me. The reason why you guys can't tap into your creativity and your passion is because you're so surrounded by toxicity and you don't know how to shake it off and get to a place of peace where your creativity can come forward. So when you close your eyes, your imagination can't come forward because your brain and your mind is so clouded with all the toxicity from the day that you haven't learned how to detox from and shake off. You got to learn how to shake it off. When you leave work at work. Hey, you got to learn how to turn the switch off. See, those part of our Wellness Waves Wednesday. That's why y'all got to pull on up for this Wednesday. I'm trying to tell y'all better lock in. I'm trying to tell you how to go somewhere real quick. Come with me. Now, I need you to remember Willy Wonka. You remember when they opened up the chocolate factory, even as a kid? When they opened that doggone factory, I was so chocolate everywhere. You mean this is possible? That's what your imagination is. Your imagination is you saying to your mind, and your mind saying back to you, this is possible. I just need you to create it. I don't need you to believe it. I need you to create it. Okay? We still creating. See that wand? This is your imagination. School of Storyweavers. I want you to start thinking of what kind of story you want to write. As we're going through this, I need you to think of what kind of story you want to write. Okay? Fantasy, science fiction, romance, adventure, mystery, self-help. Now, I'm going to show you mine again. Hold on. Now, my book is a psychological thriller. You see the title. He preaches by day, but judges by night. Now, right now, and the title is The Test, right? So I need you to think. I am, y'all already know. For those of you who know the Empress, you know somehow I think Dexter was somehow my best friend in another life. Look, don't judge me. Okay? I'll go with your mama, not me. So you knew my book was going to have something to do with criminology, solving the case, getting into the psychology that you already knew. What do you want to write about? What is that passion piece for you? If you want to write a story, what screams to you? Is it poetry? That's still a book. Still a book. What do you want to write? And guess what? It doesn't have to just be one thing. If I told y'all right now, I probably have about 5 books that I started and have done nothing with but just start, you would be like, huh? Because once you learn to unlock your creativity, do you know what's going to happen? You're going to start working on one book. And while you're working on this book, another one is going to be born from it. And when that is born from it, guess what you got to do? You got to take that that's born from it while it's still in your head, and you got to go put it on a piece of paper. Write the vision, make it plain. The problem with a lot of us is too much stuff is still in our head and it's not on paper. There's no such thing as you can't do. There's only what you choose to do and what you don't. So you're either choosing to put it on paper or you're choosing to leave it in your head. That's your choice. But again, it's a choice. You either going to leave it in your head, and a year from now, you're going to be saying, dang, I wish I would have wrote my book. Or you're going to stick it with us, and in 60 days, we're going to pump out a book. And I want to see some stories. I'm going to do a show on it. We're going to blast it. I want to see it. Okay? Let's get ready to continue. All right. Y'all know me. I got to do a lot of graphics because I want you to feel like you're there. I want you to feel like you're ready to step into something magical and something wonderful, right? That's what I want you to do. I want you to be there. This is your imagination. In the imagination, anything is possible. If you want to create a character that is half angel, half dragon, it is your imagination. If you are not careful and learn how to control what goes into your mind and what you use to create with, your imagination, which is something that can be extremely beautiful, can turn into a nightmare because you're allowing too many things to pour into your mind. 1 second.
Champagne
I gotta get some water. Hold on.
Dripping slow from every kiss. Power in the sway of my hips. I'm a king, I'm a queen in the mist. Ocean breeze all over this ride. Sweet like nectar when we collide. Champagne and silk on my lips. Watch the whole downtown submit. Yeah, I'm that night rider, low key lavish, gold teeth grin.
All right, I'm back. Is this good, y'all? Is this good? Is it good so far? Y'all with me? Y'all getting some? So, this is your imagination. Let me tell y'all something. I love the Lord. He heard my cry and all that. Yeah, but I love me a dragon. Let me explain something to you. I love me a dragon really bad. Any fictional, mystical story that I create, you best to believe a dragon is gonna be in there somewhere. I don't care. It's walking, it's talking, it's on an emblem. Somewhere there's a dragon. What is your go-to driving piece that is going to drive you to whatever this idea is, this story is, this genre is, that's going to keep pushing you there? What is driving you to this? This story has to... Okay, I'm going to put it like this. For all of my Gen Xers, maybe millennials, do y'all remember the Never-Ending Story? As a child, this story had me in a chokehold. But more than that, what I want you to think of is what happened in the story, right? You had Sebastian in the story, and he had a book. This book literally came alive for him. I need you to choose something that literally comes alive for you every time you think about writing this book or doing something in this genre. It almost gives you a breath of fresh air. That's what you're going to pour the most into. This is your imagination, right? Remember, this is our velvet gilded pen. What are you going to create? What is your imagination leading you to? That's the first thing I want you to map out, even if it looks chaotic. Look at this picture. Hold on. And then we're going to go back. Look at this picture. These stories don't necessarily go together. But in the creator's mind, they'll go together as much as you put them together. Or they could be two totally different stories altogether. Y'all know I'm gonna have to figure out how to create a velvet quill for y'all, right? It's gonna have to be in the store now. I gotta figure out how to get it in the store. What are you creating? Right? Your imagination, you can add items, take items away. What are you doing? What is happening in your story? Do you know yet? Have you started writing? Have you started thinking? Have you started jotting down ideas? What is this story going to start looking like? And it doesn't matter if right now it is a jumbled mess. It don't matter. Let's look at the type of books you can write. That's what I'm telling you. It doesn't matter whether we're talking about fiction, nonfiction, self-help, business, poetry, children's, spiritual, and faith. My first book was a Christian fiction book. There's a whole lot of fiction. There's a whole lot of Christian mixed together. So it gives a whole lot of biblical help and encouragement and spiritual help and encouragement, but it's done in a fictional book. So you are getting the help that you need, but you don't even realize it because it's done in fiction. I had someone read my first book and tell me that they were taking notes in a fictional book. How are you going to approach what you want to write? What reaches out to you first? Do you have the most creative ideas in your head? You know they got the animated fruit going on right now on social media, like on TikTok and on Instagram. Right now they have the animated fruit. Do you want to turn animated fruit into a book full of storylines and all? What is your niche? What is your passion piece? What have you been sitting back and it's been in your... Do you know Stephen King, one of my favorite writers, because I love horror, crime, drama, and horror. Those are my two. I love romance if it's got some horror attached or some crime drama. Don't judge me. It has to have a few body counts in it, before they fall in love, is all I'm saying. What is your passion piece? Self-help. Do you want to give guidance for a better life? You can do that as well. Same thought process as this. What areas? You see that book opening up? You see the world opening up in the back? The pen, the dragon. The dragon could represent the negativity in their life that you want them to shed. What do you want to help? It all works, no matter what you want to write. What do you want to do? Business. Are you an individual that says, you know what, I ain't into all that fictional stuff, but I'm a business-minded person and I have some business ideas that I want to put on paper. I need to get it out. This hasn't been discussed. It hasn't been done. And I just don't know how to get it on paper. Poetry. Do you know how to get it to rhyme? Do you have a feeling to it? Is that your genre? Do you know that also can translate? Because y'all know I love poetry. Y'all know the other day we did a whole, if y'all wasn't here for it, y'all missed it. We did a whole panel on where's the love, and at the end I surprised the gang and we got into doing poetry and all of us dropped our little spoken word on the spot. It was amazing. We had so much fun. Thank y'all that joined me up there. But is poetry your thing? You can turn that into audio and make money from that in two ways. You can do that from your book too. But just think about it. Turning your poetry, put some music behind it, and now you got a nice, soft, sultry, poetic music. I don't even know if there's a technical term for it. Musical selection for your poetry that sounds nice, soft, and sweet with the sound of your voice. And people are paying for your voice. And then they turn around and purchase the poem. Come on, imagination. I'm trying to help unlock it for y'all. Do you want to do children's stories? Look, children's stories are one of the most amazing ways to help children do something that you forgot how to do, which is imagine. When we were children, our cartoons taught us how to imagine. Everything that we watched was teaching us how to be somewhere else. The Magic School Bus, Puff the Magic Dragon, the Muppet Babies, Voltron, He-Man and She-Ra. It was teaching you how to create something that made you feel better, made you feel alive, made you feel fun. Hell, even as children, we wanted to go to Never Never Land. Reading Rainbow. Thank you so much, Niecy. Reading Rainbow. Everything when we were children was teaching us never stop dreaming. Never. Never stop dreaming. You can be whatever you want to be. We should know that now. Agent Orange, Exhibit A. Sesame Street. Thank you, Niecy. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Everything we watched taught us the Snorks. Everything taught us to dream, taught us to imagine, taught us how to troubleshoot, how to create a way out, a way through. Somewhere we stopped and we forgot. Or is your book about spirituality and faith? Stories and messages that inspire faith. What kind of book do you want to write? What reaches out to you? What zoobly zoo? Oh my goodness, zoobly zoo. And then our cartoons, even our cartoons. Y'all know I'm an Animaniacs fan. And on top of that, Taz, to my heart. Of all the Looney Tune characters, Taz was my heart. And I love the Looney Tunes because the Looney Tunes let you know it was okay to be a little loony. Some of us just took it too far. That was the problem. We were supposed to keep loony in our imagination, but life began to imitate art a little bit too much. What do you want to write? Let's go. Now when we get past what you want to write, now we have to identify what kind of story weaver are you. Everybody does not write the same. Okay? So when it comes to me, how do I put it? When I get ready to create, but I'm a visionary, number one, and I'm extremely imaginative. I'm always imagining. In my head, I am always creating something. My problem is I can't create them all at the same time. That's the problem. So when I'm getting ready to write a book, I don't story create. I don't character create. I literally see it like a movie in my head. And I get on my computer because I can't write nothing. For those of you who can take your hand and write for long periods, bless your heart. That is not the gift God gave me. So I literally see it like a movie in my head. And I get on my computer and I just start typing what I see. The character, the scenes, the stage, everything self-develops. The friendships, the tension, it literally builds itself out on its own as I'm typing. It's weird. Don't ask me how. I don't know. Maybe because I've learned to tap into my creativity and my imagination. See, for some of us, some of you guys created an alter ego when you went through a lot of negativity and trauma when you were younger and in your past. Some of us didn't create an alter ego. Some of us poured into creating. So our imagination became our escape. So therefore, what happens in our imagination is extremely visual and vivid because it's our escape. It was our escape. It was our way out. So we were able to create stories and movies and all of this in our head because it was where we needed to go in order to isolate from what was going on around us. So what kind of story weaver are you? Different weavers, different gifts, one purpose, extraordinary stories. I'm a cinematic weaver. I told you it plays like a movie and I type. Watch, record. That's what happens. Literally. Type. I am not inventing. I'm not transcribing, not building characters. I'm just writing. I have an idea in my head and I just start writing what I see. Are you an architect? The story kind of emerges from structure. Like, architects ask questions like, who is the protagonist? What do they want? What's in their way, right? What happens next? So they don't really see movies. They build around what is the story here. I need to build around this idea and what should be the key elements within this idea. I have to know that first before I know anything else about this story. Are you an explorer, Storyweaver? You discover the story kind of as you go. It's your curiosity, right? What if dragons lived under cities? So you got to look at what happens under cities and what happens if I create the city and what kind of city can I create and how would the dragon interact in this city? You're an explorer. You want to go on an exploration and see what you can find exploring and build a story around the exploration itself. Then there's the character Storyweaver. Now, to be honest with you, there are a lot of writers and majority of them who find themselves in the character Storyweaver realm. Do you know why? Because they want to have all of the characters outlined. And once I outline all of my characters, then I'm going to build my story around my characters. So when I say build the characters, I mean build out everything about them. Who are they? Where do they live? Are they married? Are they single? Are they loose? Are they sophisticated? Who are these characters? Once I know who they are, I know where they fit. So I build out from the character until I have my world complete. Then you have the Worldbuilder Storyweaver. So I'm not necessarily building the characters. I'm not necessarily seeing the movie, but I see the world. Like in my head, I see the what was the world in Avatar? Not The Last Airbender, but the, with the blue people. No, Fantasia is the never ending story. Pandora. So I see Pandora and I am building the story around Pandora. So the first thing I have to do is build the world because everything in my story revolves around this world. So let's go back. We're creating. Right now, we're in a world of pure imagination. This is your imagination. You see the velvet quill. This is your magic wand. This is the thing that creates in your imagination, whether it's your fingertips, whether you actually, because there are some people that have to use that pen and paper. Hey, you got it. That if it works for you and unlocks that creativity, baby, I need you to run right now and grab a pen and a notebook. And I need the tip of that pen to touch that paper so your imagination and your creativity can be unlocked. Okay? What are you creating? What do you see? What style are you creating? And then what kind of story weaver are you? Remember, gang, we are in the school of story weavers. So we are currently story weavers. What kind of story weaver are you? Let's start. Now we need to stop and look at the journey of the spark. So in our realm of the imagination, right? There's going to be several steps that we're going to take. We're going to go through it. And I told you this is going to be about 60 days. So we're giving you an overview. Right now, we are in step 1, the beginning. Step 1 is the spark. What happens in the spark? Well, in the spark, this is where your creation begins. This is where the thought happens, where you might not have a full-on firework explosion show right now, but you might have a little spark. Hey, I think I want to write a book. I have an idea and a thought. That's where we are. That's step 1. Author example. What if dragons live beneath modern cities? No plot, no characters, no outline, just a spark. The spark gives you an idea. In order to get through this book in 60 days, baby, you got to have a spark. If you follow what I'm saying, you might save your marriage and your relationship in 60 days too. Because you need a spark. A lot of the problem right now is y'all don't have a spark. Who did you let dim your spark? Who put out your spark? We got to reignite your spark. That's the problem. You're sparked out. Baby, you don't have a twinkle. You don't have a twitch. You don't have a light up. You like, baby, the water is on the wall and you trying to strike it with the match. In order for us to make it to the end of this journey, baby, you need a spark. What is the one thing that ignites your creativity? For me, it's creating. That's it. Once I start creating one thing, it's almost like a set of gears that once one gear starts turning, automatically all the rest systematically start turning by themselves. What is that thing for you? Greater than that, what I want you to identify as well. Did y'all write that down? Is that on your paper? Also, what I want you to identify with that is, what are the hindrances to your spark? What are your blockages? What are the things that could put that spark out? That's what you need to write down as well. Because you've got to identify this, because I told you, whenever you get to a place where you're getting ready to unlock your imagination, here comes distraction. And the reason distraction is coming is because the enemy knows, again, if you learn how to unlock the power of your imagination, if you learn how to really, for years we have screamed and screamed, it's mind over matter, it's mind over matter. Is it? Well, what do you think would happen if you learn to unlock the power of your mind? Not just for negativity, but for positivity as well. How about using it not only to unlock this story, but also to unlock the best version of yourself that you could possibly attain because you unlock the power of your imagination? You gotta have a spark. Problem in your relationships. You ain't got no spark. Where's the spark? What excites you? What won't leave your mind? What's the one story, the one idea that will not leave your mind? What idea keeps returning? What do you wish existed? Hey, that's something to spark that imagination. What do I feel called to create? You can't shake it. It's like it's almost a part of your DNA. Like, I just got to get this story out. I didn't ask you which story you knew how to write. I didn't ask you which one you wanted to get out. I didn't ask you which one you knew the most about. I asked you which one gives you that burning desire to write about it. After we get past the spark, then we have to go to the realm of vision. Now this is where you begin to see, right? This is where imagination begins projecting possibilities onto the horizon, because now you can see it. You know how I'm always saying you got to see it before you see it? See, a lot of times the problem is y'all don't see it, so you can't see it. I see a teenage girl discovering a secret world. See it. See, you got to use the word I see in order to see it. See, that's another one of those things about manifestation. If you're trying to see it, you have to say, I see it. If you're trying to unlock the power of your imagination by seeing, then you have to say, I see. And you have to say, I see until you see. Get it? On the flip side, once you unlock the power of your imagination, now you have to unlock the power of your hearing. Because not only do you need to be able to see it, you need to be able to hear it. Now you're seeing and your hearing has connected, and now your imagination has sound. Get it? Once you see it, once you hear it, now you need to feel it. So not only I see this, not only I hear this, but while I'm there, I feel this. Because if you want your audience to grab hold of that thing and not let go, guess what they need to do? If they close their eyes, they need to be able to see it. They need to be able to hear it. They need to be able to feel it. They ought to be able to hear every conversation in your book in their head as if they're in the middle of the conversation. Again, I say, think never ending story. He was reading a book, but the book was playing out in real life. And he was reading the book as if he was in the story for real. If you don't feel in your story, how is anyone else gonna feel in your story? So step 2, we gotta venture and journey into the realm of vision. We gotta see it. We're creating this world in our mind. We gotta see it. I see dragons flying under the modern city. I see. I hear the roaring of them underground, and the people think it's tectonic plates shifting, but it's actually the dragons. I hear. I feel the earth move when they call it minor earthquakes, but it's the dragons flying around or fighting or whatever. Do you see how I said I see when I wanted to see? I said I hear when I wanted to hear. I said I feel when I wanted to feel. That puts all of me and all of my senses into the story. And I just created that on the spot. I see underground kingdoms. I see glowing tunnels. I see a teenage girl discovering the secret world. I see danger. I see adventure. That's it. You just need to see. You don't have to be specific, super specific. You're just developing. You're creating what you see with this story. It doesn't have to make sense. You need to write it down. Because without writing it down, you're not going to be able to isolate from the story what doesn't make sense. Get it? Write the vision. Make it plain. It doesn't matter the story type. What do you see? Next, hold on a second. In this realm of possibilities, we have the realm of possibility, right? This is the part where you are exploring within your story itself what's possible. What can I do with this story, right? So we started, no, I don't even have to do that. So we're going to jump here, right? This is my story. What could I possibly do with this story? How much could I do with this story? How far could I take this story? It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be in order. At this point, you're just exploring what is possible with this story. You know why this step is extremely important? Because if you don't get to a place where you're able to explore what's possible, you'll mess around and lock yourself in to a story that doesn't go nowhere fast and is stuck there for an entire book. Get it? So you gotta understand, especially if you're an individual that is learning how to dream, if you're an individual who's learning how to explore what is possible, you've got to take the time to explore with your story what is possible. How many different things can I do with a dragon flying under the modern city, the modern world, right? And y'all listen, let me explain something to y'all. So it's summer. My grandbaby is home. So if y'all hear random yelling in the background, I promise you it is not your mobile device or your TV. My grandson is 9 years old and he's getting at the age of yelling at video games. I think it's a guy thing. I'm not sure, because both of my sons went through it. Like, they don't know how to play the game calmly. And y'all, that's a book in itself. Like, somehow turn it into a superhero, or they get sucked into the game and as kids got to navigate their way around and figure out how to get out by using their mind or using things that they learned in school. See? So if you hear yelling, it's not you, it's him. Okay? So this is the realm of possibility. What is possible? If I got dragons flying underneath the city, what else can I do on that story? Am I gonna have like a Lois Lane and Superman type character on top? How does the dragon get discovered? Or is it just one dragon? Is this the last of the dragons? Does the dragon talk? Does it have a mystical power? Does it interact with the human world, or does only certain people see the dragon? How many different possible realms can I take this story into? You're going to need to know that with your story, so that you don't lock yourself up and then have nowhere else to go and you're only 10 pages in. One of the things that happened with my story that I showed you, because I actually got about 5 chapters in when I stopped. Don't ask me why, I don't know. But when I went back to read the story, I was like, ugh, I don't like it. I like the premise. I like the story. I like where it's going, but I think I'm going there too fast. And I feel like I'm giving too much of what's going on in the story away too fast. So, I don't know. I need to redo it. And that's literally what happened. You're going to have that. So that's why you need to start mapping out the different possibilities your story can take. Even if it's a self-help, even if it's business, what are the different possible angles you can approach this story from? This guide from. How many different ways can I come at it? If I'm talking about managing your money, what are my realms of possibility with dealing with managing your money? That's broad. How can I break up managing your money into different realms within the city? Different stops along the yellow brick road. How do I do that with the book that I want to write? Each of your chapters has to lead them to the next chapter. So, what is your roadmap? How many possible stops can you have on this road to getting to the final destination, which is the end of your book? And what you're expecting them to gain, or what you want them to know by the time they get to the end of the book. Much like, as you see on here, you see all these doors? Those are all the possible realms, directions your story can go. Progressive said I need to go back to the drawing board on one of my books. I didn't think about ease into the story. Dropping jewels. I'm trying to a little bit. That's why I need y'all to do something for me. Can y'all hit the subscribe button and stop being funny acting? Y'all see all this colorfulness and stuff that I done created. I'm a creator. I create. Please hit the subscribe. And if you want to support, please do me a favor and hit that Cash App for me. It would be greatly appreciated. Yes, it would. It is in the description of every video. So let's continue. Realm of possibilities. This is your land of what ifs. What if dragons are the protectors and not monsters? I always see dragons as protectors anyway. What if the girl has power too? What if her power is fed by the dragon, but she doesn't know it? What if the dragon is low-key her guardian and her protector? How many possibilities can you do, right? Then for step 4, we're going to venture into the realm of story. Now, this is the birthplace of your narratives, right? So let me go back. We have the spark. This is where your spark catches. Something is ignited. I told y'all better take these notes, because this gonna fit in your relationships and marriage too. By the end of this, your marriage can be saved. If you take these notes, your relationship, you gonna know whether to trash shit or whether or not this is worth releasing to the public. Okay? The spark, something catches fire. What caught fire? What spark? What makes you want to write this story? Even if it's a small spark, if it is sparked and nothing else is sparked, that's your story. Where's your spark? Your relationship. Where's your spark? And if you don't have a spark, why did the spark go out? What's going on? You got to identify it. Number 2, realm of vision. This is where you got to see your story. This is where you start to see it. You start to visualize. Remember, you have to use trigger words in order to unlock your imagination and your creativity and start seeing it. If you want to see it, you have to say, I see. So in the realm of vision, while you're creating your story, what do you see? You have to say, I see dragons flying around under the city of Las Vegas. What do you see? What do you then hear? Because remember, you got to transport yourself into the story. After you identify and you can fully see the dragons flying around under the city, now what do you hear while they're flying around? What is going on audibly for you with this story? Because now those two need to interlock and connect. Because now I can see it, but I can also hear it in my imagination. After I see it and I hear it, now I gotta feel it. So what do I feel when I'm in this place, in this story, in my imagination? Because now I'm taking all of me and putting it into the story. Because what emotion am I afraid? Am I calm? Do I feel protected? Do I feel unsure? Do I feel like there's danger around the corner? Because a lot of times when you start seeing it, your story will tell you what it wants. Oh, you better come through and welcome to the membership team, Champagne Gang. You know, Storyweaver for tonight, but welcome to the gang, Champagne Gang. Come on in. Thank you for being a part, being one. Thank you. Y'all know we recently got it back because YouTube played with us. But thank you for running it up. Come on. So you got to connect. Once you really start to unlock your creativity and your imagination, your story will tell you what it wants in the story because you'll feel it. You'll feel it. Remember, it's mind over matter. It's mind over everything. Once you unlock, that's why men always tell women, once I get her mind, I have her. It's true. Once he gets your mind, he gets you. He can just about control anything that you do if he has your mind. That doesn't mean you think about him. That means you're obsessed with him and he has a lock and a hold on you, almost like you got Stockholm syndrome or something. You can't think, eat, sleep, or anything unless it is pleasing that individual. That's how you got to be about your story. Unlock it. Create it. You got to see it. But in order to see it, you got to say it. I see it because I said I see it. I feel it because I said I feel it. I hear it because I said I hear it. And then what emotion does it provoke within me? Right? Then you venture into your realm of possibility. What is possible with this story? Don't block yourself off. Don't stop. I don't care if in your head you got dragons popping up, with fairies popping up, with ghosts popping up, with goblins popping up, with witches popping up, with warlocks. If you have ever seen the TV series True Blood, then you understand it can absolutely all work together magnificently. It can. What's possible with your story? Write it all down. Don't matter if it don't make sense. We're not in the making sense stage. We just happy you got a spark again. That's what some of y'all need to do with y'all relationships right now. Y'all need to sit down with each other and explore what's possible. That's the problem. Y'all done forgot what's possible. Y'all done sat back and let other people tell you what's possible in your relationship. They ain't waking up with you. They ain't going to bed with you. They don't know what your love look like. They don't know what God told you to do with yours. Sometimes you need to step back and tell other people when it come to you and yours to kick rocks. Unless you are putting yourself in a dangerous situation and you know it. But see, the problem is in those situations, you already know when you're in a problem and you should have walked away. Nobody else got to tell you that. So you already know what I'm addressing. Yeah. What's possible with this story? What's possible with your relationship? What's possible with your friendship? You are in a realm of possibility. Write down what's possible. Now you're in the realm of story. Once you have thought about all the things that's possible, now I need to look at all those possibilities and I need to start formulating my story. You know how back in the day when we were in school, they used to have the pictures and you had to draw the line to which pictures go to what. Now you're creating your story from what's possible. Now you need your storyboard. If you creative like me, then I would do something like go to Walmart and actually create me a storyboard and start putting stuff together. Whatever it's going to take for you will come through. So much money. So much money. Thank y'all. Welcome. Y'all know, listen, cuz let me tell you something. A girl birthday is coming up rich around the corner anyway, and she got a cruise. Y'all know if you've been with me for any matter of time, this channel been up for about 3 years. Y'all know y'all have been here when I talked about losing everything 2 years ago. Y'all have been here when I talked about losing my grandbaby. Some of y'all was with me through that process. Never asked for $1 except for when I asked y'all to send something to help my daughter when she was recovering from losing my grandbaby. I got $5 during that time, and I told y'all I was so grateful that somebody even thought enough to do it. Then y'all were with me through the 2 years of not being employed and praying, but still encouraging y'all through it. Then y'all was with me when back in August, I told y'all I was coming back to the city I left from to bring my grandson back to my daughter. Then y'all was with me in November when God completely flipped the script and blessed the girl with a job that she wasn't even expecting, making more money than she ever made before. Whole time never asked y'all or begged y'all or cried to y'all and told y'all gotta help me because I can't do it. Never, not one time. Never, not one. Now y'all gonna be here while I enjoy it a little bit, because celebrating my 50th birthday and celebrating the fact that I'm still here and have not cracked up and lost my mind with everything I've been through in the last 2 years, I am going on a cruise that I treated myself to for my 50th birthday. Did do it, and it's paid in full. It is. So if you want to say, here, girl, go enjoy, because God is good, and if he did it for you, he can do it for me. Yeah, go and hit that cash app for the one time. You can become a member. We got some things in store for our memberships. All of that. Like and subscribe. Your view is enough. We are on our road to being monetized. We trying to get those 4,000 watch hours so that it can happen. So please lock in. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's continue. Now we're at the place where you got to write your story. So now we're playing connect the dots with everything in your realm of possibility, right? We're playing connect the dots, and this is where you start drawing those pieces in for what your story is. Again, it doesn't matter if you're talking about business, if it's nonfiction, if it's fiction, whatever you're talking about. You could be talking about managing money. Now let's think about what could be under managing money. You got to talk about bills. You got to talk about income. You got to talk about net worth. You got to talk about gross. You got to talk about any other money that you may have coming in, right? There's so many different things that can fall under managing money, right? This is where your story starts to take shape. What are you dealing with? What are you talking about? Is there conflict that you are resolving or that you are awakening? Is there a conflict that you are making someone aware of that they didn't even know they had? Right? What is your story doing? This is the realm of story. The birthplace of your narrative. What's your narrative? Remember, give me 60 days. We're going to have a full book completed. For some of y'all, if some of y'all are like me, there's a potential you may have about 2 books completed. Because for me, I'm like the juggernaut on X-Men. Once my creative juices start flowing, baby, we just start rolling. Just let's go. Let's get the going and running, okay? Step 5. Now we're in the realm of innovation. Now this is where imagination solves problems, right? Now we need to take our story, think about our story, right? And now we need to solve a problem, okay? What problem does your story solve? Whether it's fiction or nonfiction. If it's nonfiction, do they fall in love? I'm sorry, if it's fiction, are they falling in love? Are you defeating monsters? What are we doing? If it's nonfiction, again, I say, teaching to manage money. Maybe you're teaching someone how to have a deeper connection with God. Maybe you're teaching someone how to read the Bible, right? Maybe you're teaching someone, you're teaching ladies how should I say it? How to be more feminine. There's a thing out now where the ladies want to unlock their, quote unquote, goddess energy or whatever. Maybe that's what you're teaching. We're in the realm of innovation. This is where your imagination is going to solve a problem. What problem are you solving with your imagination? Get it? You're taking your idea and you're refining it. Get it? Any challenges in your story, this is where your brilliance gets a breakthrough. Get it? Now let's think of the questions you can ask. How can this work? Your story. So in your story, you want to do a story about time travel. How can I make this work? Do you have to do research to make this work? What's the best solution for time travel? What tools or systems do you need for time travel? Are you going to make up your own system of time travel, or are you going to use one that's already created? Which one? What obstacles do you have to overcome in order to get to time travel? Now, how do you make this extraordinary that people are going to want to hear about your version or your level of time travel? Get it? This is your realm where now you figure out, how does your story solve a problem? Self-help. You have a lot of people out here who are depressed. There are a lot of people who have a low sense of self-worth. Your book, does your book teach individuals how to learn how to love themselves again? Or Do you have the keys to understanding how to unlock the imagination? Do you? Is your book going to teach someone how to unlock the power of their imagination? We're in the realm of innovation. Now you have to understand, what problem does your book solve? Right? And after we leave there, then we'll go to step 6. Step 6 is the realm of creation. Now, this is where your idea takes form. You got your story. You understand what problem is solved. You understand what kind of writer you are. You've either started by developing your characters, developing your world. You've either started, however you've started, right? Now you're ready to start creating. Baby, your ideas are ready to take form. I need to start writing. Ready? What's the first step? What needs to be built first? How do I bring this to life? What details matter the most? How do I stay consistent? And how does progress look today? Right? Hold on a moment. Thank you so much for holding. So now this is your realm of creation. You're ready to create. Step 7, we're going to look at the realm of expression, because this is where imagination becomes art. Now, this is where you start pouring yourself into it. What is your art form? What is your tone? What is your writing style? Everyone has a tone to the way they write. You don't want a poetry, well, unless that's your tone. You don't want a love poetry book to sound like horror, unless you're going for some weird, twisted, new genre of love horror. Get it? So what is your tone? This is your realm of expression. So now, how do you want to express your art form? How do you want it to come out? Is this going to be like a musical? Do you want it to come off like this is a family setting? Is this a business setting? Is this a group of friends? How do you want to express what you want to express? This is where creativity takes voice, color, movement, sound, and shape. Ideas become expressions. Emotions become masterpieces. You don't just imagine it, you express it. Remember, your mind is your imagination. It's going to be as empty or as full as you make it. It's either going to be filled with toxicity and surrounded by toxicity, or you're going to remove it and replace it with positivity so that you can unlock your creativity. Get it? Toxicity is a hindrance. That's why you have to learn how to separate and isolate yourself from it. And sometimes you got to learn how to plain old ignore it. Get it? Everything doesn't require a response. You're in your imagination. You got to clear it from cloudiness. And if you stop to deal with a distraction, it's going to pull you from creating, therefore making the area that would have been filled with creativity, it will make it cloudy. Get it? That's why everything doesn't deserve a response. Let's continue. Step 8, realm of dreams. This is where aspirations become destinations, right? This is where dreams take flight. Aspirations become vision, desires become direction, destinations become purpose, futures become fuel. You dream it, you become it. This is where you start seeing your dream come to fruition. This is it. right here. After you started writing, you can start seeing it. When you really get into creating, you'll start dreaming about your story. You'll start dreaming about it so much you'll wake up and start having to write it. That means that creativity has been unlocked. Get it? And we should all be working to get there. I guarantee you, the more you unlock your creativity, the less you'll think about and focus on negativity and toxicity, because you'll be too busy creating. And then step 9, this is when you enter the realm of manifestation. So what you've been praying about, what you've been looking at, what you've been writing, what you've been creating, it has now come to fruition. You got it in your hand, or it's ready to go to print, and we are ready to go. You got a book. 60 days. You want to write? Make sure on Wednesday you come with your pen, you come with your paper or your tablet, so that we can get ready to start creating, because I want to see your book come to fruition. Get it? I want to see you begin to start unlocking the power of your imagination, and I want to see you start manifesting, as some people say, the greatest version of yourself possible. And for those of you who need me to attach a scripture to it, the Bible says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Manifestation is evidence. Substance of things hoped for. I can't hold air in my hand, but I can hold something with substance. So now faith is the substance. Now faith. Faith that has arrived. Faith that I can see. Faith that I've been praying for, that I am now holding. It has substance. Now faith is the substance of everything that I hope for, desired. This dream that started at step 1, that is now manifested. It is now evident. I didn't see it at one point, but now I can. We are going to be in the realm of manifestation, whichever word you want to use. Get it? Got it? Good. The first thing that we're going to deal with on Wednesday, when we come back together, 9 o'clock, well, it might be 8 o'clock Central. I'm going to try to shoot for 8. It'll be 9 at the latest. But we're going to deal with finding an idea, because before we do anything, you got to find your idea. So that's what we're going to be working on our next show. Drop in the comments and let me know what you think. I want to check out what y'all saying real quick before we get out of here. Hold on.
Champagne on my tongue, silk on my skin, undone. You lean in, say my name like a secret, like a sin. Coconut flow on your collarbone.
I see we had a guest in the house on tonight, Dread Zeppelin. Welcome on in. Cause I can. That's why. Just because God is Lord. Capital L, not small. Doesn't mean we can't reiterate it and reiterate it again for those who may not know. Get it? You need a hug. Is that why God led you to the city on tonight? You need a hug. I need some champagne gang to put some open arms in the chat for Dread Zeppelin. Okay. No story ever solves anything but the narrative. Is that true? Is it necessarily? Or did you just, feel like you needed to come somewhere to just say something negative? I get so concerned by people who just wake up to be negative. And it's so isn't it exhausting? I I think it would be more exhausting to spend time finding things to be negative about than it would be to just sit down, grab a pen and a fucking piece of paper and enjoy the show. Hit like or mosey on along. Like a lot of people do. And I can tell, but because I can see the number count and studio count. But some of y'all just wake up to no imagination. That's it. Because if you spent as much time creating maybe a better you, maybe a better outlook, maybe finding something creative to do with your tongue. I had to stop. Oh, Lord. It's Sunday. The Lord wouldn't let me continue. Somebody put some hugs in the chat for our guests. Champagne Gang, this is what you have to understand about the city, right? Some people are so used to perusing the streets of YouTube, and all they find is toxicity and negativity, and everywhere they go, there's trolls, right? That they don't know how to respond in an area that's full of positivity and enlightenment that's here to teach and guide. They don't know how to respond. So instead of just responding with positivity, they got to respond with what gets them attention in all the other areas, which is negativity. That's why you see 5, 6, 7 different messages back to back saying nothing at all, because you don't know how to be surrounded by positivity. It agitates your negativity. And in situations like that, you either be negative or you adjust to the environment. But some people are so ingrained in negativity. Baby, they are ingrained. They are dipped, fried, sauteed, oiled up, broiled, filleted, all of that in negativity and toxicity so much that they would never be able to receive any of this anyway. Because in order to receive this, you have to let that go. You do. You gotta let that go. Some of y'all single because y'all don't know how to let stuff go. That's why you can't create a better relationship in the relationship that you currently in, because you don't know how to let stuff go. Your imagination is cloudy, so you can't even come up with ideas on how to reignite the spark in your relationship, because you're so used to being toxic. I get it. That's why I ain't gonna do too much. That's why God stopped me. It really is. Why? Because I get it. Everywhere we go on social media, it's toxicity. It's negativity. Everywhere you go, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Reddit, on Google, it's toxicity, it's negativity. So you don't know how to come in a community and be surrounded by positivity and just, sit back, kick your legs up and say, hey, how y'all doing? I like it here. Let me see which of these pointers I can take and use in my everyday life. Because I'm noticing over here is something a little bit different. Because it seems like over here is geared toward empowerment and encouragement, not toxicity. I need some of this in my life. So instead of allowing myself to be agitated and triggered, let me come gather some of this, because I don't know what I'm going to have to deal with this week. So I need to gather as much positivity as I can for this next week ahead. Some of y'all don't know how to do that. That's why y'all weeks end the same way they start. Because all you filled with is toxicity. It's oozing out your pores. You can't even open your mouth without saying something toxic. Argue with your mama, not me. It's okay. You come over here long enough, baby, you'll have a whole different outlook on life. I promise you, you will. You'll mess around and learn why you really need your imagination unlocked. Okay? Thank you for joining me tonight in Champaign City. Y'all listen, join me on Wednesday. Like I said, be looking out. It'll either be 8 p.m. Central or it will be 9 p.m. Central that we are going to be jumping on here, and we are going to be dealing with finding an idea. So if you want to write a book, we are going to be focusing on gathering your ideas, finding your idea, understanding what you want to write about, and we're going to be putting that down on paper so we can lock down our idea. Storyweavers, you ready for this journey? And I told y'all we're going to do it together, okay? By the end of this journey, you're going to be able to map out, the first segment, you're going to be able to map out your story and find your idea. We're also going to use ChatGPT to do it. Everybody's not a writer. Some of you are. You may be using ChatGPT to write your story. For some of you, you may be using ChatGPT just to help you fill in or do your outline or whatever. But we're going to get into that as well, okay? So again, I need you to be thinking about your idea. By the end, you're going to have known what your idea is, what your story is, and what that focus is going to be, right? And again, that is going to be your passion piece. Okay? Thank you for joining me tonight in the School of Storyweavers, Storytellers. Y'all ready to weave these stories together? You ready? I hope y'all have like 4 or 5 books by the time we done with these 60 days. I so hope you do. I want y'all to just be non-stop creating. I want y'all to be ready to create some animated series. And the next series I got to start creating is to show y'all how to use and create with AI. That's where I really want y'all to be at, okay? Thank you for joining me on tonight. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Please check out the Champagne store, official merchandise, the Champagne Factory. Progressive been dropping it all throughout the chat. Please go in there and check it out. We do got beauty stuff for the ladies. We got merchandise for the men. There's something in there for everybody. Please check it out. Anybody that has any questions, you can hit me in the email champagnesecrets@gmail.com. If you want to support the channel, you can hit the Cash App. You can also send a super chat, a super thanks. You can hype up the video. You can grab one of those memberships if you will. I would greatly appreciate it. Champagne Gang, Fizz Fam, confidants, and visitors to the Champagne City. And hold on a second. Yeah, let me get back here. This is what I wanted to do. All right. Yeah, that's where I want it to be. Champagne Gang, Fizz Fam, visitors to the Champagne City, including you, baby, Dread Zeppelin. Always remember, if it doesn't cause you to elevate, baby, it's causing you to depreciate. So raise your class, clink and let's drink. Till we meet again. Ta-ta.
Stockings by the fire, but the room's ice cold. All of us a gift, guess it came pre-sold. Found the lips on the best friend, ribbons came untied. Unwrapped betrayal, under that you tied. Mistletoe hanging, but the vibe ain't sweet. So I'm tangled up where I used to keep my seat. The red I'm seeing ain't from no candy cane. Ain't no ollie, ain't no jolly, just this burning pain. Christmas red, Christmas red is the fire in my head. Yeah, the trust is dead. Tree lights flicker, but my mind's on rewind. Every I love you now feels weaponized. Eggnog spike, but it ain't numb in the sting. Her best friend took my crown, now I'm the fool king. Sleigh bells ringing, but they sound like alarms. Frosty outside, inside it's a storm. No chestnuts roasting, just my patience sharp. Love ain't a present, it's a house of cards. The red I'm seeing ain't from no candy cane. Ain't no holly, ain't no jolly, just this burning pain. Christmas red is the fire in my head. Yeah, the trust is dead.